Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel for another video. Today we've got another replay analysis. I know you guys love these replay analysis, and if you want to get yourself one, make sure to join my Discord. The link's in the description below, and you can get them for free. Just submit a replay file or a YouTube video like this to the replay analysis channel in my Discord. And if you want to skip the line, as always, you can subscribe to my Twitch or my Patreon. Links for those are also in the description, and then there's a separate chat channel you can submit your analysis file to, and I get to those before I do any of the free ones. So with that out of the way, this is our dude Hyper, and he said he is Diamond 1 / Plat 3, and he mainly plays 2v2, and that's what we've got here to analyze today is a 2v2 replay. So let's see how we can help out Hyper, what kind of tips we can give him. And I hope you guys enjoy the video. If you do, leave a like. If you learned something, leave a like. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. And let's get into it. All right. Okay, right away. Whether you decide to cheat or not in 2v2 is kind of up to you. I like to start out usually cheating, kind of assess how it goes. If my teammate seems to have a consistently bad kickoff, I'll usually stop cheating. But if you do decide to cheat, especially in 2v2, you want to just cheat straight up the middle line, because by veering off to the right, the only advantage you have by veering off to the right when you cheat is if the kickoff comes out to the right. But if the kickoff comes out to the left, you're putting yourself at a disadvantage to get to the ball first. So by cheating straight up the middle of the field, you can react evenly whether the ball goes to the left or the right. But by cheating up to one side of the field, you're only able to get to the ball first in most case scenarios if the ball comes out that way. So you want to give yourself the most consistent best bet and just cheat up straight up the middle. Okay, and then your positioning is a bit off here. We go back, look one more time. You try to hit the ball. Let's see this. You're Diamond 1 / Plat 3. Keep that in mind. So off the kickoff, you go up the wall. Your teammate just did the kickoff, right? He's got no boost at this point, or very little boost. The best you can get from your teammate right now is that he's picking up pads in the midfield. Most likely though, he's grabbing a big boost somewhere, midfield or in your back corner, but he could be grabbing pads and staying middle. So keep that in mind. He just did the kickoff. He's not going to have much boost. So you need to either make this a shot on target or a really good pass to midfield if you know that your teammate is in midfield, which the only way you would really be able to know in this situation is if you guys are in comms with each other, if you're partied up. I don't think this is a partied up game. I think you're solo queuing. So just hitting this ball lofty in the air, your teammate's not going to be able to get to this. He has little to no boost. He can't get up for a high touch. So the best you could have done if you're going to go for the ball off the wall here, especially at your rank, is just try to shoot this on target, because your teammate's not really an option in this play unless you can laser beam the ball down to him. And at your rank, you most likely can't do that just because the control on the wall isn't there. So put this on target in order to try and score, or to at least create a threat or create pressure on your opponents. But ideally, you really don't even need to go up for this, right? Off the kickoff, this rolls up. You could just grab the boost and then wait down here on the ground for a better touch. Because if that's all you can do off of the wall in that position, that wasn't really worth going for. So if you are not confident in being able to make an aerial play off of the wall, like an air dribble, or being able to shoot this on target off of the wall, then don't even go up for it, because there's nothing good you can do in this situation if you're not confident off of the wall at your rank. So instead, you could have waited on the ground, let the ball come down a little bit more, And if you see somebody challenging, you can go up to try and beat them to the ball. And if you don't see anyone challenging, you can just take that all the way down to the ground for a power shot or to catch it for a dribble or something along those lines. And then here, you see your teammate. The quality of this video isn't the best, so sorry if it's hard to tell, but you see your teammate here. He's rotating back. You just made the last hit on the ball. Your teammate's in position to where he needs to be, so he should have the next touch on the ball, right? You're rotating, you're kind of taking turns hitting it. So you know your teammate's getting ready to, he's positioning, he's shadow defending, positioning to get the next touch on this ball. So you V-lining straight where the ball is going is just getting in his way. Instead, you should be rotating behind your teammate, following him to the back post. Let him get the next challenge on the ball, whether he waits for it to come to the ground here or whether he goes up to challenge. You should let him do that, and then you'll be behind him here to follow up whatever happens, right? So you want to keep your rotations clean. Always, not always, but most of the time, you want to be rotating behind your teammate and rotating to the back post. This is the near post because it's the post that you're closer to. Well, that's not right. That's the near post because that's the post on the same side as the play of the ball, right? The ball's here, the play is here going this direction. So this is the near post. This is the far post. So you always want to rotate behind your teammate for the most part. There's situational, times where you can't do that or you shouldn't do that just because Rocket League is such a situational game. But for the most part, you want to rotate behind your teammate, keep your rotation circular, and rotate to the back post. Because by just V-lining straight underneath the ball here, your teammate could make the assumption, okay, my teammate doesn't know how to rotate. He's about to ball chase this. So I'm just going to let him. And then you veer off last second. And, he could have just left this assuming you were going to ball chase it. And then next thing you know, it's bouncing straight into your net because neither of you went for it because your rotation was ugly. So keep those rotations clean. Ooh, almost got the boost steal, kind of missed it. See this one more time. Now, something good again to start working on at Plat 3 is ball control, is being able to dribble. Because, and also, you don't have to be going supersonic the whole time. Because going supersonic the whole time and zooming around the field as fast as possible, a lot of the time kind of turns off your brain, right? Because if you weren't going so fast here and weren't just rushing the ball, you would have realized that you kind of have a little bit of space here. After your teammate whiffs this, he was assuming that your teammate wasn't going to whiff it. So he's kind of turned around, getting ready to go back towards the net. He's kind of coming in on the play, so you don't have that much time. But you have enough time here, again, paying attention to his positioning and how he's moving. You kind of see that he was also assuming your teammate was going to hit that, and he's rushing back on defense. He's not really playing back in order to interfere with your teammate here. So you could have taken probably a touch and started a dribble here. And if you're not going to start a dribble here, again, just not moving supersonic the whole time. It's not bad to play fast, obviously, but make sure you're purposely playing fast, right? Playing fast when you need to play fast, slowing it down when you don't need to play fast. This touch, again, if you weren't zooming around the field so much, probably could have been better. And you could have set yourself up for a play in some way rather than getting the touch that you made, which kind of just lofted the ball in this area. You could have took a better touch and hit it off the sidewall so that it bounces out to middle and you can try to shoot it, or your teammate can try to shoot it. Somebody could try to shoot it, probably you in that situation. Or you could have tried to take a better, wait for the ball to come around this area and try to punt it off their corner. And again, it'll set you or your teammate up. So always want to take purposeful touches. Every touch that you make should either be I say it all the time, probably every analysis I do almost. Every touch should be either a pass to yourself or your teammate, a shot on target in order to just either one, try to score, or two, generate pressure on your opponents. That's it. That's usually what I say. I usually say it differently. I usually say either every touch should either be a pass to yourself or your teammate, a shot on target, or a touch that puts pressure on your opponents, which again would be like a shot on target or a shot over the middle of the backboard so that they know they have to save it or else it's going to bounce out for an easy goal. A touch, you know, a pass, I guess, would be considered a pressuring touch, but you know what I mean. A purposeful touch. Every touch you make should be one of those 2 or 3 options: a pass, a shot, or something that generates pressure. That was nothing. That wasn't a pass, wasn't a shot, doesn't really generate pressure on your opponents, especially because you're landing so far in front of the ball, so you can't even say that was a pass to yourself or anything like that. It's not a good touch. That was a lot better. You didn't just immediately zoom back to defense at full speed here. Notice how you're not just holding boost this whole time on this rotation back, which is good. Kind of lurking, waiting for an opportunity to challenge, which is good. Kind of slowing it down and thinking a little bit on this approach to the ball. Yeah, that shouldn't have been, I mean, ideally, you bait out this challenge, which in hindsight here, if there's a possibility that you can get beat to the ball, like in this situation, and you realize like, hey, I'm probably going to get beat to this ball if I go here, but I need to go and put in a challenge, right? I can't just let him dribble the entire time. Instead, what you could do is just fake challenge. Just drive up towards him. Your presence here alone will be enough to force him to have to hit the ball over you. And then because you're not in the air jumping, you can immediately rotate back. But because you jump in the air here, you have to land back down to the ground before you can start rotating back. And it takes a lot longer. So instead of trying to win this challenge on the ball, your only goal here should really be to force your opponent to hit the ball away. Like, forcing your opponent to make this touch is good, but the fact that you had to jump to do it isn't good. Because this touch should be a free ball now for your teammate behind you. Unfortunately, though, he misses his chance to go. He should be going for this ball off of the bounce off the backboard here. Right here, he should be up for it, and this shouldn't be a goal. He should be hitting this to the corner, and you should be okay. Fortunately, he doesn't go up, doesn't get the read, and you get scored on. And even if you rotated back, even if you just fake challenged here, you wouldn't have been able to get back to save this just because he scores it himself off of the bounce. You probably would have been around his area right here. You know, if you fake challenged, you would have been around there by now. But say he doesn't score this and then he just bounces it off the backboard for his teammate, you would have been there if you fake challenged because you fake challenged instead of jump challenging. You could bump him or you could just go for the clear on the ball. You know what I mean? So just fake challenging when there's a chance that you're going to get beat is a lot better than diving and taking yourself out of the play. Hey, if you've learned something so far, if you're liking the video so far, don't forget to leave a like. All right, let's get back into it. Again, same thing on the cheat. Make sure you're just cheating straight up the middle so you can react to whether the ball goes to the left or right. Nice. Equalized nice and quick. And then you're plat 3. Good time to start learning how to do a diagonal flip kickoff for sure. Just, you know, flipping on your approach towards the kickoff. You should, I mean, there's tutorials on YouTube. Just do a quick search, how to diagonal flip kickoff. I mean, if you really want to, you could even start learning how to speed flip kickoff. Speed flips really aren't that hard. So you could start learning how to do that as well. You pretty much just, as simply as I could put it, as soon as you get onto this pad, you would be doing a flip towards the ball, a diagonal flip towards the ball. You would land somewhere about here, and then you would do another flip at the ball as soon as you land. just faster, you get more power behind your kickoff. And if your opponent is just driving up to the ball on kickoff like you were, you'll probably beat them on the kickoff 8 out of 10 times. Again, try to get some more purpose behind your touches. You see that he's coming to challenge you, right? He's making himself of some use. He's trying to force you to get rid of the ball. But this touch could have been towards the backboard or towards the center of the backboard, and you could put him in a really crummy spot, right? If instead this ball gets close, you get just a little bit more towards the outside of the ball and you hit it up this way, or even it comes up straight off of the waterfall and then straight down, you could be scoring this, right? So just again, trying to keep your touches purposeful. Always want to keep that in mind. Close, close. I like the idea. The idea to stay on the ball there is correct. The execution, not so much. Ideally, you would want to be grabbing their corner boost here. You swing too wide of the corner boost, so you don't get the boost steal. But ideally, what you should have done was rotated, grabbed the corner boost, and then you would have been in a position to turn on this ball. But you missed the corner boost. Unfortunately, your rotation isn't the best. But the idea, ideally in this situation, that's what happens, and you do stay on the ball because you're right there, you're close, you got a full tank of boost because you just stole their corner, and your teammate should let you stay on the play and he should continue to back you up. So the idea of staying on the ball here is good. You just didn't execute, you didn't put yourself in the position to actually be able to stay on the ball. And then your teammate was kind of just also not very aware of the situation and rushed in. So kind of on both of you there. The idea from you to stay on the ball there is correct, but you need to make sure you get that corner boost and you turn the correct way to be able to stay on the ball. Back it up just one more time, see if this was a necessary take. Again, not really a necessary take because you just cut off your teammate and you took away whatever he was planning to do, right? In his position, you just saw him grab the corner boost. He gets the corner boost here. His next play, the ball is bouncing out here, straight in front of his line of sight. He's right here for it. If this guy, he's not even on your screen, but if he comes to shoot or challenge, your teammate's there for it. So there's no reason that you need to be going for this ball. Instead, again, just like earlier, you should be rotating behind your teammate. Rotate behind your teammate, back him up. And again, he's got full vision of what's going on. He's got full line of sight on the ball. He can see the opponent from his point of view, right? He can see everything in front of him here. So he knows if he needs to go for this ball. He knows if he's about to get challenged, which means he also knows if he can take his time and start a dribble here. Or if he, if this guy comes and challenges and you let your teammate have this ball, he could just pop it straight over him and it could be an open net downfield. But because you cut off your teammate and take the possession away from him, you never have that opportunity to possibly come to fruition anymore. And again, biggest thing so far, cutting off your teammate a bit much so far this game. So you cut him off here, and then he's kind of positioning for this bounce off of the wall. You're grabbing the corner boost, so he's ahead of you on this play here. You see him in front of you. Granted, at this point, Yeah, he's facing this direction. The ball is going to bounce out this way. He's not really in a good position for this ball. But just try to, you know, at this point, you're leaping straight over your teammate, who is now at this point kind of in position for the ball. So you don't really want to jump over your teammate who's also in position for the ball, if that makes sense, right? You can see your teammate in front of you. He's closer to the ball. He's in position where he can go for the ball. Be more patient, back him up, let him go, because he can be next on this ball. He's already in position for it. And you're just like, get out of my way, teammate. This is mine, baby. So gotta be a little bit more of a team player. Rotate with your teammate properly. Don't cut them off when it's their turn to go. That sort of thing. All right, let's see this one more time. I don't really like you going up for this ball here, because one, all your touch does here is shoot the ball back out to your opponents. And two, you see he just rotated out and your teammate just rotated behind you. So if you just let this bounce off of the wall, play this a little slower and try to take possession of the ball, right? It bounces off the wall here, comes out here, and you just wait on the ground and catch it for a dribble. Or at this point, you can see both. If you're facing this way, you can see both the ball and your opponent. So you know if you need to pop this over him, if you can catch it for a flick. I think that's just the better play than just popping it off of the corner and it comes back to your opponents for a free touch, right? Because if you wait here on the ground and try to take possession, even if your opponent challenges you, all that's going to happen is the ball is going to bounce off of the back wall and your teammate has next touch. That's the beauty of rotations, is there should always be somebody behind you who can handle a ball that gets past you in most case scenarios. So again, here, if you just are waiting on the ground here and positioning to catch the ball as it comes and lands, and your opponent challenges, catches you off guard, you're not able to get the ball past him, then most likely the ball just hits off the corner or hits off the backboard, and your opponent or your teammate behind you just comes in and gets a free ball themselves. So it's kind of just a cycle of either I'm going to get possession of this ball and make a play and try to beat the opponents, or my teammate is going to get a free ball behind me if I get beat. So that's kind of the beauty of rotations. That's kind of the cycle of rotations. One person is either trying to make a play on the ball by dribbling or making an aerial play or taking possession and trying to flick somebody. Or you get challenged, the ball goes behind you, but your teammate is there to receive the ball and they get a free possession, and then you rotate behind them, and it's just a never-ending cycle of that until eventually you break down your opponents, they make a mistake, and you score. A bit ambitious of a play there. Don't know if you were trying to pass that or trying to air dribble or something. Wasn't executed on very well. Nice demo. That's a good touch. Sets you up, and look at that. You beat your opponent. So that was a good first touch. Had purpose behind it. Put it into a follow-up, a position where you could follow it up. And because of that one purposeful touch, you got yourself a goal. Yeah, and rotate to that back post. Notice how you're rotating, and you're rotating on the same side as the ball. You're rotating on the same side of the play. That's bad. Especially because at the rate you're going and at the rate this play is developing, you're not going to be able to get here in time in order to interfere with this guy. If we go back a little bit. See how fast he's approaching the ball and how slow you're kind of getting to the ball. And there's plenty of space here where your teammate should be able to come up and get to the ball before he's even there. So because of that, I don't think you can get to this guy in order to interfere with him in time. But two, you don't even need to because your teammate has plenty of space to come get the ball. So instead you should be rotating out this direction. So that way, if your teammate does for some reason get beat here, or he takes a 50 and it goes badly and it comes the ball 50-50s out towards middle, or bounces off the wall and 50-50s out towards middle, then bam, you're here for it. Yeah, bad play from your teammate. He had plenty of time and space there to get to that ball first. Unfortunate, but you would have been in position again for that save had you rotated correctly. If you were rotating correctly when this 50-50 comes, you'd already be in your net facing out this direction. Had you rotated correctly, you'd already be in net facing this direction. So as soon as this 50-50 happens, you'd be there for the ball. So big mistake from your teammate, but you know, a very preventable goal had you rotated correctly there. Just sort of drive right into your teammate here. Oh, that wasn't even your teammate, that was the opponent. Yeah, just got to be a bit more aware here because obviously your opponent's right there. I mean, if you don't jump here, what do you expect to happen, right? Maybe you just try to pull shot him into it. But, you know, he's on the other side of this ball here, so you got to be a little bit more aware. You're only plat 3, diamond 1. It's hard to sort of play the game and move around the field while also staying aware of what's going on the field. But that's something that you have to start to work on if you really want to improve. Being able to move around the field, being able to drive your car around kind of subconsciously without having to think about it, so that way you can keep your eyes on your opponents and on the play and on what's happening. But at this lower rank, it's kind of hard to do that, so you're so focused on driving and moving your car that you can't really pay attention to what else is going on the field. That's something to start practicing. Nice, just a nice little hook shot on target gets you the goal. At this rank too, at platinum 3, maybe even diamond, low diamond, a lot of the time just putting decent shots on target is enough to score because people's mechanics, a lot of the time, plat 3 and diamond 1, he probably should have saved that, and a lot of people should be saving that shot. But there are, you know, especially in low platinum or mid platinum, you can just take shots on target, and a lot of the time you'll get a goal because people just panic, and they panic hard enough that they miss an easy save. Don't go for that. Nice. Talking to you there. I'm glad you didn't go for that. So here, just a tip. Right, you pop this ball super high in the air here. So I would, one, either turn off your ball cam so that you can see in front of you and you can see if your opponent is in position to go for this ball. And again, kind of being able to do two things at once. Hard and Rocket League, being able to just kind of like drive and use your eyes to scan the field at the same time. But if you turn your ball cam off, there's still a ball indicator on the ground, a circle that tells you where the ball is. And there's even another circle inside the circle that gets bigger and smaller depending on how far away the ball is from the ground. So if you're able to pay attention to that while also paying attention to your opponent, you can tell where your opponent is. You can see if you have time and space while also knowing where the ball is in the air and where the ball is on the field. You know, or if you can't do that yet, you could always just slow down, let the ball get in front of you instead of straight overhead, and this angle would be a lot easier to manage. It's really hard whenever you have to play or whenever you're in a position and the ball is straight over your head. Super awkward. We all hate that angle. Nobody likes being in this position, so don't be in this position. Back up a little bit or slow down, hit the brakes, let the ball get in front of you. Again, that way you can kind of, if you're back a little bit, your ball cam would be looking this direction and you could hopefully see again in front of you. You could see the opponents and you could see the ball, right? So just kind of putting yourself in a position to be able to see in front of you and be able to see the ball. Or again, you could turn off ball cam, see in front of you, and still know where the ball is based on the ball indicator on the ground. Because at that position where you were, you have no idea if you're getting challenged right now. If this ball is about to get hit back your way, you have just no idea. You're just guessing at this point whether somebody's on the ball or not. Ooh, could have been a goal. Uh-oh. Made him panic. Good job. Okay, a little bit of pandemonium on the court. I'm gonna back up. Right here, your teammate's diving. Never mind, I'm not gonna point that out. I was gonna say you should be getting ready to cover net, but you really couldn't even see your opponent until the last second there. Here you could be thinking that you can get to this ball in time to get a touch. Don't really have any cue to tell you that you don't have time, that he's gonna beat you. I was gonna say, if you know that he's gonna beat you to this ball, you should be rotating back to net in order to save a shot on target. But can't really fault you for that one. Oh my gosh, close. Got the lead. The close one. Oh, baby. Oh, nicely done. Nicely done. Good finish, man. All right, bro. That's the replay analysis. Hope you enjoyed it. If you learned something for the third time, don't forget, leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Follow me on Twitch. I stream every Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday. Link is in the description. If you want your own replay analysis, join my Discord and submit your replay analysis file or video to the appropriate channel. And if you want to set up a one-on-one, hour-long coaching session where pretty much we're just going over an hour's worth of replays, whether that be one because there's a lot of mistakes and a lot of stuff I can point out, or that's 2 or 3 replays, we will do all that one-on-one in a Discord call. I will record it so that I can save the video and send it to you. This does cost money. It's $20, and I know that's kind of pricey, but I don't have all the time in the world. It's not really, I don't really want to do a lot of these, but every once in a while, if somebody wants a coaching session, hey, they're there. The Fiverr link in the description is where you can go and purchase a one-on-one replay analysis coaching session. So with all that said and done, good luck on ranking up, man. Just gotta work on a couple things. Everyone else, hope you learned something. Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.